Hello YouTube, my name's Richard, and by way of thanks for reaching 200 subscribers today, I'm going to show you how to create this tower defense. I'm going to call it a power tower. So let's get started. Like I say, so before we get into the meat of it, this is very much a thank you to everybody that has subscribed, liked, commented over the past 3 or 4 months on the videos I've been creating. I really appreciate it. It's been an absolutely wonderful experience. I was actually going to stop making the tower defense game tutorials, but I was working on this in the background but never quite got the lightning working. I managed to find something on the asset store from Jeff Johnson, a guy from Digital Ruby. I'll be sure to put some links in the comments on this little lightning bolt here. It's not quite working as I expected. There should be 2 bolts, but what's happening is I've gone for a random prong, if you like, that it points at, but they seem to be pointing at the same prong. So we'll work on that a bit later on, but you can get the idea that this is meant to be some sort of generator that maybe adds additional power to nearby turrets, or or maybe disables the enemy objects or something like that. But I'll let you decide on that. For now, I'm just going to show you how to model it. What you do with it is entirely up to you. I will of course put a link to be able to download it and add it as an asset to your existing project that you're working on. So let's get started in Blender. So as usual, I've got rid of the timeline and I've disabled the manipulator widget just so I don't need to see it. We're going to delete the initial cube and we're going to add ourselves a circle, and we want it to be 16. Now you can maybe double this up if you want to. I always try and think, go for the lowest common denominator, so I'm always sort of thinking tablet or phone. So try and keep these low poly. It's actually not going to be that low poly as it is, so 16 is probably about as much as we can get away with. If you're running on PlayStation or whatever, then feel free to up that a lot more. If we tab into edit mode, we'll press E and then Z to scale on the Z to grab on the Z axis, and then back over to our picture here. We'll just have a little look and make sure that it's roughly the sort of size we're thinking of. You can tweak these, of course you can. That looks alright to me so far. And I'll press E and S just to scale it in a bit. Again, that's going to be the area for the prongs. And I'll E and S again, not all the way in. Alright, something like that. And then if we just press A a couple of times and Control N to sort out the normals. And that gives us our base to work with. Now, we could do this multiple times, we could create multiple prongs, but the best way I found this is to do something pretty cool, which is use the array modifiers to do a lot of the work for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Z to go into wireframe mode, get rid of that lot, press X and delete the vertices there, and then B, X, delete the vertices there, and if I just do C and just grab all of those, alright, and press X, delete vertices there, so you should just be left with these 2 slices of the pie, or I don't know what you say, but just those 2 pieces there. I'll go Z back into solid view, and what we'll do now is we'll just press Control Tab 3 to go into face select mode, or you can go down here and just select face select. And if we just go to side view, press 3, we need to go to perspective, so we'll press numpad 5, and then I'll just zoom out with the mouse wheel and press E to extrude upwards. That's possibly a touch high, so let's grab on the G, Z and just pull that down a bit. I'm guessing these values right now. Alright. And what I'll do is I will add, I think I ended up adding 3 or 4. I think I'll try 3, because it doesn't need to be that many edge loops here. So I press Control R, selected 3 by using the mouse wheel, and then I'm going to press right click to keep them exactly where they were, so they're basically evenly spaced. 1, 2, 3, 4 what do you call them, edges, loops. Okay, and then we will press O to go to the proportional editing tool, and I like to just go for connected. I don't know if it's going to make a huge amount of difference, and what I'll do is I'll press Alt right click to select the middle one, and I'm just going to press G, Y. Now this is a bit of a balancing act. You can see that the bottom bit is moving. I don't want that to happen, so I need to move in a bit. I don't like this, I don't like this fall off type, so I'm going to change. I'm going to try doing sphere, and G, Y. That looks a bit better. Just drag that out, something like that. and then I'll switch it off. I think you have to press O and then O again, O again. There you go. Now it's off, and I'll probably just GY and just grab it out a bit, just a nudge, like that. There we go. That's given us a little bit of a hook, hasn't it? All right, and we can. A couple of things I like to do, although I found this was a problem last time, is just tab back in, just grab that edge there, GG, and pull it down. What I liked to do was just grab this edge here, alt right click, and GG and drag. Excuse me, GG, drag it in. But I think that causes a problem with this edge here when I do the array in a minute. So I won't do that just yet. What I'll do now is tab back out. Make sure the cursor's in the center. All right, and then press Shift. If it's not, just press Shift S, cursor to center, and then Shift A, add empty plane axis. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go over to here on the plane axis and just change that to 0.2 or something, just so it's a bit smaller, and maybe, yeah, right, 0.2 for now. Just so it's not so ridiculous, 0.3 if you like, whatever. And what we can do now, go back here, and if we go to the modifiers tab with the little wrench there and click on Add Modifier Array, we're not going to use a relative offset, we're going to use an object offset, and that object offset is going to be the empty. And by the way, before I go any further, let's just rename this to Power Tower or something like that. There we go. Okay, now we've put the offset as the empty, and you think, well, that hasn't made any difference, and it hasn't. But watch this. If I go now, just go to top. I'll select it with right click, go to top view with numpad 7, and if I rotate this, look what happens. We get another one. Some of you guys will say, yeah, I've seen all this before, which is great. I think the angle is you can guess how much it needs to be, because if you just look on the bottom left, you can see that it's going to be 45, isn't it? So I'm just going to type in 45 and press enter. And now I can choose the number of times to do it. Going back to here and selecting, I think it'd be 8, won't it? 8. And we've got ourselves a very nice looking tower thingy majig. Alright, now a couple of things I'd like to do before I apply the modifier. Number one is, let's just unselect that. Let's just smooth off some of these angles. So let's go to Control Tab 3. I'm just going to Control Tab 3, select that lot, but not you, and then actually in that one there as well. And we'll just go to Shading UVs, Faces, Smooth. We pop over to the what's this called? The activity data, and just click Auto Smooth, and probably change that to something like 90. Doesn't make any difference here, but sometimes that catches you out. And we want to make sure we do some edges as well. 1 second. Just grab that edge and those edges. I'm just Alt Shift right clicking here just to make sure that all of these are sharp. Save us doing it multiple times. And then just make sure those edges there are marked as sharp. Alright, that's better. And you can see that's nice and smooth, which is what we want. But these are nice and sharp here on those edges, so you can tell what's going on. Alright, now if I spin that back to the array and just put the eye back on, what I'm hoping, if I tab back into edit mode, this is where I was having the problem, guys, earlier. I'm hoping this will work for me. Now if I just do scale, you can see it's not really on its. I need to go to local mode, so let's just try that. It's global, local, and then scale X. No, it's not. Excuse me, it's normal. SXX, yeah, like that. It pulls those bits there. I don't think this is going to be a huge problem. I think I know how to fix this. So let's just try it. I'll tell you what, before we do, let's just save it. We'll do Control S. I'm going to put this somewhere new. So let's create a new folder. Blender. We'll create a new folder, and we'll just call this Power Tower. Power Tower. I'm not sure I like Power Tower, but where did it go? Aye. Sorry. I'm going to have to find it. Power Tower, and then we'll just. So already create one. Gosh. PT00. You can call it what you like. 002. That's probably what. Okay, come on. There we go. Thank you. Right, now we can try a few things. If I do that again, SXX, pull those together, You can see the problem, but maybe what we can probably do is add a face or something like that to it in a bit. Let's just see what we can do. Now with that done, what can I do? What can I do? I can do Control Tab 1 and just do face, but that creates a bit of a triangle. I don't like triangles, I want quads. But it does tidy things up and it does make it what I want to do. So I'll leave it up to you whether you want to pull those in or not. I like the look of that. I think it looks better like that. Interestingly, look, you can see that I also need to make these faces here smooth. Maybe you can see that, maybe you can't on the capture, but those faces there need to be smooth, like so, just to tidy that up. This bit here, I know they look blocky, but they won't in a minute when we've applied the modifier. Alright. I won't lie to you. That's irking me a bit. I am irked. But not enough to care. So let's go with this. What we'll do is just tab out. Let's just Control S, click on there, and we will apply it. And if we go back out now, it's still the same problem, and that's because what we need to do is just select all, go to Tools, and do Remove Doubles. And that will actually clean it all up for us, because now the array has merged those vertices that were basically touching each other. Alright, now do we like this? I don't know. Oh, the one thing I didn't do was unwrap it. Sorry. So I'm gonna. This is a good thing about saving often, is that we should do an unwrap of this section here, so that we don't have to do it 8 times or whatever it is. So let's do that now. What I'll do is just press N and then go down to the mesh display. I'm just going to unselect sharp, and then I can just start alt right clicking and alt shift right clicking. Not that one, you see. Yeah, that's it. That'll do, and we'll do that one there as well. Will we? We don't have to do that one now. Let's just do those ones and do Control E, mark seam. Right, now let's just quickly Control S there, and now we'll apply it. Sorry, it needs to be in object mode. Apply it, and then back in, back to Tools, Remove Doubles. All right. The next thing I'd like to do is add I think if I just show you here, I added a sort of a square. I don't know what that is. I really don't know what I'm going to call that in the middle there. There's a couple of ways we can do this. I think what I'll probably do is just go to the top view. Let's have a little think. If I just maybe just click on the magnet and do vertex here, and if I just Control Tab 1 and just grab that on the Y, excuse me, GY and GY, and then GX. Just pop these in. Just see GX and GX, and then GY. And I'm just lining it up with the nearby vertices, and then GY and GX. X. There we've got ourselves a square. Yes, those triangles are going to haunt me. Haunt me, they are. Look at this. This is just what I could potentially do. Is it's going to be a nightmare to unwrap as well. What I'm going to do, and I should have done this before. I unwrapped it, but I think I can do it now. It's just select these. This is what you get on a 200 sub special, you see, guys. This is me screwing up. And that one there, X faces, and then what I think I'll do is I'm just going to have one. I'll just make that a triangle. So I'm going to make these bits here a triangle, so they're part of this section here. I don't love this. I'm beginning to think maybe I shouldn't have scaled those middle bits in, but it just makes it look a little bit more professional, you know. I think actually I can do edge mode as well. Rather than 3 vertices, I could be doing this in 2 clicks. Let's do it on the next bit. Ooh, losing it. Right, there we go. And now just control tab. So we just do those two. F, F, F. This is the sort of thing you get stuck with. It won't show, of course, when it's all done. You won't even notice this has happened. Perhaps one of your colleagues might spot it. Let's do control N. Make sure they're all facing the right way. There, you see. Okay, now what we've made sure that we've got this kind of loop going round still. Round here that we can work on. Right. Let's just create this edge here then. Control that edge there, and we'll just select that. There we go, and we'll just extrude this out. I just alt right click then to select those ones, and I'm going to press E, Z. Oh, I think we've got magnet on, so I'm just going to press Shift Tab to stop that. And I'm going to scale it in. In fact, what I'll do, I'll just grab it on the Z all the way to the top and scale it down. Maybe scale it out a bit more than that, and just press F. Let's have a quick look at this one. Yeah, something like that. And then, did I bevel those edges? No. I've just done a good job of making it look like I did. And then what we'll do is we'll just press Control R, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Because what we can now do is Control Tab 3. So we select that edge and just do E, and I'm going to right click immediately and then do Alt S. And that'll allow me to pull that out. And I'll do exactly the same here. E, right click, Alt S, outwards. And then what I like to do, Control Tab 2, is just grab those ones, GG, pull them up. Those ones, GG, pull them down. I've just realised something that I probably should have done. And that is merge all these together so that I've not got all of these going up, because it's completely wasted vertices. Shall I do it? Yeah, let's do it. So what we can do, depending on how you want to do this, we can pull Control Tab 1, and then we'll do Alt M at last. Okay, and then we'll do the same here. I can press Shift R to do this. Just make sure you select the middle one. Oh, what did I press then? I don't know what I pressed then. I did a fly through or something, didn't I? Yes. Pressed F. Let's do that again. Just do Alt M at last. Just select the middle one last, and then Shift R there. All right. Now we've got less verts. We could merge them over there, but I think that might look a bit rubbishy. Like it doesn't look terrible already. But there we go. Now we can press E. Grab that on the Z and then just scale that down a bit. And then we'll do the same again. Control R, 1, 2, 3, 4. Control Tab 3. Like that. I think press E and then right click, Alt S to scale outwards. That looks a bit cleaner to me. And then we can just grab these, go into Edge Select mode again, and just do GG and just stop pulling these out a bit, just so that they kind of don't look quite so tight. Like that, and then finally GG down there. Alright, I suppose we should put a F to finish off the face at the top. Alright, that is yeah, that's gone out a bit interesting. So why don't we make those smooth as well? Might as well. I don't know why I've just got all the way around, haven't I? Faces smooth, and that's probably going to mess up the edges. Yeah, so we need to go to Control Tab 2 and just select all the corners, unfortunately. Like this. That won't take long, is it? And then we will mark those as sharp. As soon as you do that, all the other sharps come up. Right. I'm just going to select it and just do Control A. Rotation and scale, because you know I like to do that. And I'm just going to go back in. I'm just going to go back to tools and just remove doubles. There aren't any. Good. Okay. Right, and that is the model. That is the kind of thing that we're looking at. One more thing, and I kind of wish I'd done it already. Okay, but let's just see if we can do this. If I just do, no, this is the other problem. You see, I can't. I'm just going to have to go to the top and press C and just go all the way around like this. That makes me uncomfortable. That edge there makes me, the way it looks. Let's just do A. Control N. Something's not right about this edge here. I'm not sure if I'm just making that up. I am making it up, maybe. You see, that edge there is giving me grief, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe I just need to just make these sharp as well. Maybe that'll sort it out. Let's just try it. Control E, mark sharp. Yeah, that seems to have fixed it. I think maybe I need to make these edges here around. That's annoying. I should have done that before I applied the array. I'm going to do it though now. That one is sharp. Yeah, something weird's going on. Control E, mark sharp. Oh, maybe that was what I just did a minute ago. Okay. That looks okay now to me. I can't see any weirdness going on. So let's save this, Control S, and we can begin the unwrapping process. The way I like to unwrap things often is to just do it piece by piece, and I think we should probably start with this middle block because I think that'll be nice and easy to do. So let's go to the bottom left hand side, grab the little chevrons and pull it across, click on the cube and do UV image editor. Just press F, not F, shift home, isn't it, to make it the full size. And if we just go over here and just press N and then T, that'll give us a bit more real estate there. So let's tab into edit mode. So to me, we need to isolate this piece. Is one complete section. Certainly, come on. This is what I've lost by using those triangles. Control E, mark seam, and then it's pretty clear that that bit there's got to be mark seam. And I'm going to try a couple of cuts. No, let's try one cut. Control E, mark seam. If we go to face mode, just select one of them and press L, then U, then unwrap. If we go over here, just press N and then look at the stretch. We can see there's a few problems. Okay, so a bit more than I expected actually. So we can go in here. Let's just try one thing. Let's turn off sharp again, so we can see where where we added that seam. Where was it? There. Let's just try it on the other side as well. Control tab 2. Okay, Control E, mark seam. Do that? No, you've got to be in face mode. That's annoying. L, U. It's still got that, so I don't think that's the problem. What we could try, that's going to annoy me, but it's probably the way to go. Control tab edge, and let's just unselect that. Let's clear the seam on that because that didn't work. It's probably going to be to separate these pieces, that piece. So it's Control tab 2. So we're going to that, and that. We'll do Control E, mark seam. If we just do this now, L, U. Yeah, it's got some problems, but what we can probably do now is go to the corners. Gosh, this is going to be annoying. Actually, what might I try and do? Maybe I should have done that a minute ago, but too late now. Well, actually, what I could probably do is Control tab 3, and then do L, and then do Control I, and then Shift H. There you go, guys. Never let it be said. Right. Whoa. Tab 2. Right, and let's just 3 and just grab that bit, and just do that and press it. Go to edge mode. I'm sorry about this, people. And we'll just do that. That. It looks like I've done those ones. That. All these little corner pieces, and I think that'll just give it the relief it needs. Control E, mark seam. Control tab 3, L, U, unwrap. There you go. And I've got to do the same thing down here. Control tab 2. I think this is all that's going to be needed. one's already done because it was on the seam way down, and then like that. Oh, not you. Control E, mark seam, Control Tab 3, L, U, unwrap, and if I do A, U, unwrap, that's unwrapped cleanly. So now what we can do is we can do Alt H, back to U, press, so we can click on U, L, 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 I think that's everything, and just to hide. Some bits seem obvious to me. It's up to us whether we keep this whole section out here. I think that we should. So if I just do what I'm thinking here, I'm going to do ones along the top. This is what I'm thinking, and you may disagree, but I'll just do Control E, mark seam there, and also just put one, say, at the very front here, and do Control E, mark seam. Hopefully if I press L, that'll just be the outside. No, it's not, so I've messed something up. Oh, I know what. I need to do these bits as well. And you'll see how this looks in a minute. So it's the either side of the gap. Control E, mark seam, Control Tab 3, L, there we go. And if I do U, unwrap, it's done this. Now, depending on whether you think that's good enough, because potentially you could break these down, it would probably give you more real estate, but I kind of think that's pretty good, and it means that this is going to be no seam gap here. So I'm going to say that's going to be okay. So I'm going to press H again to hide that. Then I'm thinking that we isolate this section here. So Control Tab 2, and the way I'm going to do that is, I think, unfortunately, is to go through these bits. That one. Hang on. Yes, so it's at the edge of the prongs. Not that bit. You'll see where I'm going with this in a second. Nearly there. But all of them, yes, Control E, mark seam, and now I have to do Control Tab 3, L. Oh, I've missed something, haven't I? Because it selected everything. So, have I missed one? Yes, of course I have. I've got to do these ones as well. Otherwise, it's going to select everything up on the prongs as well, isn't it? So keep going. Let's just do N to get rid of that. Okay, Control E, mark seam. Now try Control Tab 3, L, U, unwrap. That has. Okay, I've messed one of them up. I must have missed one. Okay, Control Tab 2. See it? I don't see it yet. I do not see it at all. So why did you shoot off? I must have missed a edge somewhere on the prongs. I still don't see it. Oh, this is frustrating. It's almost half temped. I really don't see it, guys. Hang on, that doesn't make any sense either. If I do that again, Control Tab 3, L. Yeah, I'm an idiot, aren't I? There it is. Control E, mark seam. I should have done that, and I could have told which one it was. Right, Control Tab 3, L, U, unwrap. Looking good, apart from this pesky thing here, which I still haven't got over. But hey, it looks okay. And so we'll hide that, and then I think, like that. Now, we could potentially put all these together. And save us a load of real estate, but it would mess up the texturing a bit, but it could give us more space. I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to leave it as it is. I might see if I can tweak some stuff, but for now let's press Alt H, select everything, and then do U, unwrap. And we'll just press Shift Space to get this window up here, and let's see if we can tweak this somewhat. Already I'm thinking, grab that, just rotate it so it's something like straight. We could do something like this. Let's do L, R, because that one then would fit inside that one, wouldn't it? Like that. And then we could do LR and do one the other way around. Or, no, in fact, let's grab that one and put it in there. And we could do this a few, couldn't we? LR, spin it round like so, and then grab that. And if we just grab all 4 of them by doing, let's just do a box select, and then if you just do like that, and then just press Control L, and it'll just grab them all. Let's put them up there. We could do a couple more, couldn't we? Pretty clearly. L, R, and then grab that. I think one more might be about as much as we should do. And again, just do that and just do Control L. Let's grab them out of the way. Right, let's just do these ones in. L, R, make that one straight. L, R, make that one that way. Grab that. Okie dokie. And then L, R, grab that one here. I know they might be touching, but grab it and put it there. And again, just do something like that. Control L, grab them, put them somewhere. Right, we are now doing quite well space-wise. For instance, I can see that these guys should. Let's do L and grab that as well. I didn't do one at the bottom, did I? I didn't, just show you, I didn't do a face at the bottom. I'll leave it up to you whether you want to do that or not. I think that's potentially something you could do. And we can just start grabbing some of these now. L, R, and grab that in there maybe. Does it fit? Zoom in. Oh, does it ever? It fits easily. And then start grabbing these and start, but that doesn't fit. Okay, alright. But you, L, R. You look like you might, especially if I do that. Yeah, you're fitting. In fact, you could probably fit in if I do L, grab, and then just pop you like that. Couldn't you? I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I know this is probably one of the most dull parts of modelling. But it's worth getting it right because it means you can scale it up. Like that, right? Nearly there. It's just L, R, grab that. I think that might even go in all the way. Grab that, stick it in there somewhere. Alright. And then we can grab that lot, put it in. It's not giving us a huge amount of extra space, is it? Bit though. Bit of extra room. Just grabbing and scaling as I go. Yeah, if I put all those together, think how much more space I'd have, real estate wise. The other thing to think about is maybe making these bigger, because that's the bit in the middle that's going to really show. I'm not going to do it. We're going to use 2048 by 2048, I think, just to illustrate the point. I'm not going to. That touching? No. I'm not going to spend too much more time. I would advise that if you've got the time to actually, try and clean this up as much as possible, get them as tight as you can, and scale out as much as possible. So let's Control S that and save it. That's our power tower from a Blender perspective. Next up, let's go into Substance Painter and get this thing textured.